Hey ladies and gentlemen, how are you? My name is Alan with Corp Nation, and so subscribe so you can be a part of all the great information and value we're trying to bring to you. Hey, we're all about empowering entrepreneurs. That is our passion. Today I want to talk about what is an LLC, in other words, a limited liability company. First of all, it's a separate legal entity to do business, which is beautiful because it protects your assets, which I want to get ahead of myself. That's number 3. So it's separate from you. Number 2, it's a pass-through entity, meaning it's not taxed when money comes in like a C Corp, it's taxed when it goes out. And usually that can be done by passing it out to the members or shareholders, things like that. And again, like I said, it protects your assets, so if it ever got sued or something went wrong, it goes BK, your home, your assets are all protected, so your family members can rest at ease. Number 4, it protects the name and the reputation of the business. So in other words, if you have a cool name, everybody loves it, you do good quality work, people love you, they're singing your praises, and they want to use you everywhere throughout your city and local cities and nearby, well, someone can just incorporate, they can't incorporate because they can't incorporate that name because that name is protected under the LLC. Now, if you do want to expand across the United States, then you would need to get a trademark, which we do, and that trademarks and protects the name across the US. So unlike a sole prop, that name's not protected, but an LLC, the name is protected. So beautiful, right? Now the other thing too is this, number 5, it's for a smaller business. It's that solo entrepreneur. Maybe you're on your own, doing your own thing, but you want some protection in your business. You want to protect your assets and just make sure everything's safeguarded. That's perfect. You could also take on some members, and we'll talk more about that in a minute, or even a partnership type LLC. So we'll get into those details in a bit. Now, so it's a smaller entity. Number 6, it can be passed down or sold. So unlike a sole proprietor, which is based under your Social Security, if the business wants to be sold, it can't because it dies with you. It's under your social. You can't give it away. You can't give it to a relative or a child in a sole proprietor. But in an LLC, this is the beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, if you were to pass on and your significant other is there, they could take and turn and sell your company and make bank, probably even more than a life insurance policy. Or they can continue to run it themselves or hire someone to run it, or you could pass it down to a child. That's beautiful, right? Here's the other thing too. Number 7, shareholders, they can take cash out of the bank account, put it in their bank as income. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter how much percentage they own in an LLC. They could take out, if one person agrees and they're taking out $1,000 a month, but another one with even less shareholders or that holds less share or has less shares is doing more of the work, they could take out $3,000, and that's okay. You can't actually do that in a C Corp or an S Corp. So that's the beautiful thing about the shareholder dividends. Now, you can convert it to an S Corporation filing. It's not the same thing as a C Corp that is endorsed as an S Corp. That's different. We'll talk more about that when you study the S Corp that we have. But you can go that way so that you can pass down dividends at a reduced rate. Now, number 8, you don't need payroll because it's a smaller business, and you could just take money directly out of the account, put it in your account, and you pay the 15.3% self-employment tax. The only way to reduce that self-employment tax is to go to an actual S Corporation, and we usually recommend that more because you can grow bigger as a corporation and you could save more money. Plus, corporation just sounds cooler, right? Having a corporation at the end or Inc. Can't do that with the LLC. Now, but you do have to check on a few things. So for example, even if you go into LLC in the construction industry and you do concrete construction, let's say California, because this is a specific California law, each state is different, so you want to check those states or give us a call. But with concrete, it doesn't matter if they go LLC, even though you technically don't have to have payroll on an LLC. For concrete contractor in California in an LLC, they do have to get payroll no matter what. Okay, so that's something interesting to think about. And there's a variety of other trades within construction in California that an LLC won't safeguard them. They do have to do payroll. Now, number 9, like I said, it can be a solopreneur, it can be a partnership, it can be multi-members where you bring in members, and you can also file as a member, a managing member, which means even though you have a bunch of members a part of the LLC, only the managing member calls all the shots. And the managing member actually actually doesn't even have to own any of the shares, unlike some of the other entities. And 10, finally, this is probably one of the best parts, and the reason why a lot of people do LLCs. It is easy maintenance. No bylaws needed, no minutes needed. You don't have to do monthly or annual filings, or minutes, I should say. You do have to file with your state every year and pay the LLC fees, but the maintenance on it on a regular basis is super, super easy. So if you're a solopreneur and you just want ease but protection, definitely get that. We'll help you with that. Now, once you do convert to the S Corp and you add that endorsement to the LLC, it does get a little bit more complicated, because then you begin to have to do minutes and things like that. Now, a few cons: you can't go on the stock exchange, okay? You do pay more taxes in an LLC than you do an S Corp, because you're reliable for your own self-employment tax, and it can't be reduced like an S Corp does, which is cut in half. And you don't have an ink behind it. And as my cameraman said earlier when I was thinking about cons, hey, Corp just sounds cooler. He likes that word. So ladies and gentlemen, that's basically it. If you need more help or need advice on the specific business that you're trying to do, and if that business would be better in an LLC, S Corp, C Corp, trust, nonprofit, whatever, give us a call. We'll help you out. Don't forget, we're all about empowering entrepreneurs. You are not alone. Talk to you soon.